All right, I am live. Hi, Dr. Val here. Welcome to part 2 of my bone healing series. This one's going to be pretty short. I am going to show you a few things. Well, I'm going to show you all the things that I am taking personally. There is a lot more things that one could take that are natural supplements that can help in bone healing. If you want to know specifics, I found a great article and I printed it out and then I forgot to grab it. But you can go to PubMed, which is a publicly listed platform where you can find articles published in journals, and you can just search for bone fracture. And I think what I punched in was herbal supplements, or maybe alternative supplements. But anyway, it was a whole compilation over the past 15 or 20 years of studies, any studies that have been done in bone health and specific supplements. And then it had a summary. It was kind of a meta-analysis of all the things that had been looked at and what their data showed. So it was kind of a review of some, 20 or 30 different herbal supplements that can be very useful, have been shown in the literature to have a healing effect, to help speed up bone recovery, to help increase bone density, to, a whole bunch of things. But I did not, I don't have that for you. I even just tried to find it on my phone. I went, I didn't have the right search words in. But you can find that. You can find a lot of other studies on there as well. But so I'm just going to tell you real quick some of the things that I have been taking from day one. First of all, a really good mineral heavy supplement. I take a supplement that's called MIN, M-I-N. It's got magnesium, it's got zinc and borium and selenium and a lot of really good trace minerals, calcium, vitamin D. Anyway, it's a good combination of particularly those trace minerals and magnesium, potassium, calcium. It's really very good. I don't have a bottle here to show you, which is why I mention it first. But in addition to that, and not always, I'm taking extra magnesium. My lighting is a little off in here. I'm taking extra magnesium. It depends on, you want to look at how much, if you're going to take another supplement, how much that has in it. But I'm taking extra magnesium. Everybody pretty much is magnesium deficient. Magnesium is like a key coenzyme for many enzymatic processes, like thousands of processes in the body to convert things. So when you've had an injury, an accident, an illness, your body will run through that magnesium and burn it because it's using it in all these reactions. And our diets are really deficient in it. So it's really important to take. I'm taking vitamin K2, and part of the reason is because I'm also taking a whole lot of vitamin D3. This one happens to be liquid. I'm just finishing up I have miscellaneous vitamin Ds. K2 helps your D3 to bind better. In addition to that, those all are helped by calcium, or I should say it keeps the balance of calcium going where it's supposed to. Vitamin D, a lot of times you'll see vitamin D in combination in your calcium, and I'm taking that, and you don't want vitamin D and calcium have kind of a balanced relationship. You want the D to be absorbed, and that's where the K2 comes in, but it also is helping your calcium to be absorbed better. And again, that depends on if you're taking another calcium supplement where calcium's present, but you definitely want to take extra calcium. You want more free calcium floating around right now because the body is grabbing more of that because all those bone activating molecules are revved up. You want extra calcium on board. There's reasons for that. Then I'm also taking a couple herbal and homeopathic things. This one, and I'm gonna, mess up the word, but it's Symphytum officinale, which is bone trauma. That is what this is for. These are condensed homeopathic, little dissolvable tablets. They sell them at natural grocers. They have these for all kinds of symptoms, but this one is specific for bone trauma. So I take that at least 2 times a day, sometimes 3. You just follow the instructions. In fact, I just bought more today. Some other homeopathic things that I have is Arnica montana, which is really good for muscle soreness, bruising, any kind of muscle, soft tissue injury. And I had a lot of that. Anytime you have a broken bone, you're going to have a lot of soft tissue injury with it. There is also topical Arnica that you can rub topically, and it really helps with bruising. I did not do that, but I've heard that people swear by it. It's really good. Sprains, backaches. Where's the full name of this? Dun, 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 because it's abbreviated. Ruta Grave, and I'm not sure what the Grave stands for. I did look this up at some point, but I think I had to take the label off to do it. But again, these are Highlands Brands homeopathic tablets that are dissolvable. There's a bunch for, muscle ache, backache, trauma, strains, sprains, injuries. So you can kind of look for combinations of ones that are helping. I take those again at least 2 times a day. At bedtime, I am taking CBD oil. It doesn't usually make me sleepy, but I tend to just take it at bedtime anyway. It's usually apart from everything else. It can help with a whole lot of things. There's a long list of things. And the other thing that I am taking as well, before I get into that, well, I'll back up. So for acute pain, one thing that you need to have on hand is turmeric. Turmeric capsules. These are veggie capsules. 400 milligrams of turmeric extract, which is kind of a standard dose. Usually one is about like taking 400 milligrams, 325 milligrams of Tylenol or Motrin, I should say. 200 milligrams of ibuprofen, 200 to 400 milligrams of ibuprofen. That's about equivalent. 325 of Tylenol. Yeah, I got my numbers mixed up. Taking 2 of these for extreme pain it works. So I actually stocked up, got an extra bottle of this, but I really haven't used it. Initially, when you have a trauma, you need, especially with an injury like that, you need some of those inflammatory markers to be there to initiate all the wound healing. So you don't want to start popping anti-inflammatory medicine or extracts until you can't feel anything. That's not the point. Your body needs those inflammatory markers to start laying down, okay, here's where the extent of the damage is. But, that first, take them when you need them, but they're good, especially, you wake up in the middle of the night, throbbing, bone pain, can't go back to sleep. I will usually grab one of these and take that. Great thing to have on hand. Headaches, any kind of pain. I use it like ibuprofen, which I don't hardly ever take, but it's good to have when you need it. So it's good for acute pain. The other thing that also helps with pain is another homeopathic, and this is belladonna. This says analgesic for headaches, internal analgesic, nasal decongestant. I never have noticed that it's changed anything in my breathing, but it really does help. I will often dissolve a couple of these for a headache or something minor like that. That's not too severe. I will often grab this as I'm going to bed, and that usually takes care of it. So this is another thing to have on hand. It's dissolvable. I keep these like in my purse should something come up. So the other thing I'm taking, the last thing I'm taking, now I'll show you some things I'm putting on my arm. This is ASEA water. It is called, it's redox, which it enhances the ability of your cells to reduction and oxidation reactions. So essentially, just about every activity in your cell is run on these reactions where it's reducing things down or it's oxidizing things, and it's an exchange of electrons and energy. Well, when your cell is really depleted with some of that energy, this basically allows that to be enhanced. So it's like it's like infusing energy into your cells, so they're working better. And it's something that you drink. Normal drinking is 4 ounces a day. I've been drinking about, let's see, this is 32 ounces. I'm drinking about 10 ounces a day because I'm going through a bottle in every 3 days. And it tastes kind of like salt water, essentially. Depending on how depleted your body is in some things, it tastes different to different people or at different times. It might taste really nasty, and other times you're like, oh, I hardly, it tastes like water. But I'm taking that. You can go to their company website and look up more information on them. They do have studies and things and how they show it. It's not sold in stores. I have ordered this because I know how to get my hands on it. And there are distributors out there that are distributed. Usually it's healthcare workers that are selling it straight to the public rather than through a store. I believe you can order direct through their website. I think they have a customer link on there that you can order. Sometimes you can find boxes of these being sold on sites, say eBay or other sites. And that's where I have gotten some of mine, but I also know some of the wonderful people in the company, and it's a great product. It is not cheap, but it does what it says it does, and their science is pretty amazing. So when you have a trauma, injury, illness, acute thing, this is when you want to invest in your body. So you get what you can. So things I'm putting on my shoulder twice a day. I am rubbing black seed oil. This particular brand, I know the company, but you can get black seed oil at Whole Foods or Natural Grocers, something like that. Black seeds have been called the cure for everything but death. You can use it for all kinds of stuff, topically and internally, although it doesn't taste so great. But I use it, I rub it topically and rub it in all over my shoulder, my elbow, my lower arm, until it is in. But this is black cumin seed oil that is cold pressed, and go through a lot of it. So it's a great thing to have on hand. The other thing that I'm rubbing on is, again, the same company, ASEA, has a gel form of this redox water, but it's in a gel form, so it can be used topically on sunburns or wounds or anything like that. So I am also using it's called Renew 28 is the gel. It's not really a lotion, it really is a gel. But it's basically their ASEA water, but it's in a form that you can spread on topically. So I'm rubbing that on after I put the black seed oil. Then I do this. I do it on my shoulder, do it on my lower arm. So I use that. Then I use a couple of different essential oils on top of that. Lavender is really good for bone healing. And there are a couple different companies that make some type of, this one happens to be called Deep Blue, but they're basically like having that icy hot patch that you can slap on somewhere, and it's kind of that menthol, burny, stimulates circulation, it helps with the pain. There are a lot of products that use similar things. So there are various companies that make their own variety of that icy hot kind of feel. This one happens to be called Deep Blue. So I use that straight because I've just put a bunch of oil all over my arm. So then I rub it on and rub that in really good. So the oil that's already there is acting like a carrier oil. It will help to hold on to the essential oil longer. If you're using it straight, you want to use it with an oil. Otherwise, it evaporates right off your skin really quick. But it gives you that kind of burny. Oh, okay, that feels good. Icy hot, feeling like you just slapped some icy hot patches all over your body. That's what it feels like. Along that same vein, when my arm really gets to throbbing, I use this cream, which basically has the same deep blue oils in it, which this may even say a combination of, this has camphor, menthol, methyl salicylate, but it also uses essential oils like peppermint and things that give it that deep kind of burny, hot sensation. And this is again something that I get through a distributor company, but it works really well. It's very thick and it does stay on. So when my arm does get really achy, I'll tend to get up and slather that on. And that really kind of holds in that heat feeling and gives you some relief. So I don't use that all the time, just at the end of the day or in the middle of the night. I'll use it sometimes. So if you have questions about anything that I shared or where to get stuff, just message me. And I can provide links, provide more information. But there are a lot of studies out there on individual, this kind of root and this kind of extract and there's a ton of things out there that, I could be taking. And these were what I already had on hand. And so that's where I started. And I've been taking that pretty deliberately and intentionally and consistently, there's the word I'm looking for the past month. I'm a month out from a broken shoulder. So if you missed part 1, I had a great skiing accident and am working on healing. Didn't have to have a cast, didn't have to have a surgery, which was awesome. So, but I'm not going to passively sit around and wait for my bone just to knit itself back together, which it will do eventually. But I'm not a spring chicken anymore. Healing does slow down just a little bit. I want to enhance every bit of healing that is that my body has the capacity for. And your body was designed to heal and fix things. So being really careful with what you eat, not doing much taking in sugar or processed carbs, because those really skyrocket your inflammation. Believe me, there have been days when I'm like, I'll just have this bowl of ice cream or something, and you splurge, and all night, oh my word, the achy, the pain, and it takes a day for that to go down. I'm like, okay, why did I do that again? You will notice a difference. If you cut out the sugar, you cut out those processed carbs, the wheat, the crackers, the cereal, all that stuff, the pasta, cut way back on that. And that will enhance your body's ability to heal. So diet is really important, but supplements can be great for something like this. This is acute. I'm investing in getting rapid healing as fast as I can. That includes diet. That includes intermittent fasting. It includes good fats. It includes gut health. It includes fasting. And all of those things will really ratchet up your healing ability in your cells. But these are some things that I know also work. I'm also doing other therapies that I'll talk about in some of the upcoming videos and actual studies behind that. So if you have a bone injury, you need to look into these, especially in the first days, weeks, and months after a bone injury. That's when it's going to make the most difference. So hope you've enjoyed this. Have an awesome day, and I will catch you again soon and fill you in on some more awesome therapies that I'm doing. So have an awesome day.